Hello friends, welcome to another session of e-learning in Panchkarma, and today we will be covering a very important topic, that is Kosht, Agni and Pariharya Vishay, which are a vital part of Purv Karma and Paschat Karma in reference to Panchkarma.
We are already aware that Kosht has been divided into three: Mridu, Madhyam, and Tikshna, and it is based on these categories that the importance and role of Kosht can be assessed in Panchkarma. Let's learn what is Kosht. The word Kosht and its clinical concentrations have different meanings, which are according to anatomical demarcation, physiological importance, and on the basis of treatment. Coast may be considered as a thoraco-abdominal region on the basis of Shari Rachna, and it can be considered as many of the system on the basis of Kriya, and on the basis of treatment, it can be correlated or considered as gastrointestinal system. It can be assessed on the basis of two factors, that is Agni and bowel habit, and it is the Adhishthan of Agni according to many acharyas. It is of three types: Mridu, Madhyam, and Dhruv. Before going further, we need to understand how do we assess or examine the Kosht. While explaining the various types of Kosht, the acharyas have explained it on the basis of bowel habit. For example, a Mridu Koshti person is one who passes loose stools and gets virechan even on ingestion of milk itself, and it is due to Pitta Pradhan dosh formation in the person. A Madhyam Koshti person is one who passes firm stool once daily or at max twice. It can be due to cough and Samudosha Avastha in the person's body. And a Krur Koshti person is one who passes hard stools and sometimes is having constipation, and it is not necessary that they pass stool daily. And virechan in such patients can be induced only by Tikshna Virechan Aushadhi like Triphrats, Novik, etc. And it is due to Vata Pradhan nature in the constitution of the body, or the Vata Pradhan Dosha Avastha in the body. Agni plays a very vital role in a living person. As we all know, there are various classifications of Agni, but main is Jatragni, Dhatwagni, and Bhutagni. And it is this Agni which is vital for the humans to live, or for that matter, any living person. The life force is derived with the help of this Agni. As Acharyas have said, Shantagnahu Riyate Yukte. So, if this Agni gets specified or it is not working at all in a person's body, that means that death has arrived. So, what is Agni? It is the most important physiological component of our body, and there are 13 types of Agni which have been classified, in which there are 5 Bhutagni, one for each Mahabhut, 7 Dhatuvagni, one for each Dhatu, and 1 Jatragni. Amongst these, Jatragni is Pradhan, as it can affect the position of further 5 Bhutagni and Dhatuvagni. If it gets 1, the other Agnis also get 1. If it is Tikshna, other also can get Tikshna. And if it is in Samavastha, all the Agnis can be in Samavastha. Agni takes care of all the macro as well as micro channel metabolisms inside our bodies. So any kind of Pachan Kriya is regulated with the help of Agni, whether it is in Mahasrotas or is it is in micro channels or cellular level metabolism. How do we test Agni? According to Acharya Charak, Agni assessment is based on two major components, which is Abhyavaran Shakti and Jaran Shakti. What is Abhyavaran Shakti? It is the intake capacity or the eating capacity of a person. And what is Jaran Shakti? It is the digestive force or the capacity of a person to digest the food they have eaten. If Jaran Shakti is proper, then at the end of digestion, Jeen Ahar Lakshanas are produced, which are Utsaha, Laghuta, Udgar Shuddhi, Shuddha Pravrutti, and proper Malutsar. And if Abhyavaran Shakti is proper, then a person's intake capacity of food and Shuddh Bodh are normal. If they vary, then there is presence of arm and it can lead to Sammal and Agnimande, Ajin, etc. Lakshana. Now we will discuss the applied aspect of Kosht and Agni in reference to Panchkarma. They are mainly required to decide the dose and frequency as well as selection of the medicine which can be used for Shodham. For example, the Kosht helps in deciding the duration of Abhyantar Snehapan. In Mridu Koshtu person, 3 days Snehapan is sufficient, whereas in Madhyam Koshtu person, 4 to 5 days, and in Krur Koshtu person, up to 7 days of Snehapan is required. It also helps in deciding the dose of medicine. It is said that a Mridu Koshti person requires Alpa Matra, Madhyam Koshti person requires Madhyam Matra, and Krur Koshti person requires Uttam Matra of the Shodhan Aushadhi. As well as at the same time, it helps in deciding the dose of Anupan. That is, Bangasen says that if Ushnajal is to be used as Anupan, its matra is described as 1 pal in Mridu Kosht, 2 pal in Madhyam Kosht, and 3 pal in Krur Kosht. Agni plays various roles, and it is important to assess if Agni is in normal avastha, is Dikshna or Man. If Agni is Man, it can lead to Santa, and hence Deepan and Pachan is a mandatory process which is to be given till Agni comes to its normal state. Same if Agni is in Tikshna Avastha, we need to bring Agni to a normal state so that proper Snehan can be done. It also helps in identifying Snehan Lakshan and whether they are appearing as expected if Agni is in normal state. And it also helps in selection of Aushad to avoid any complication and planning of Sansarjan Kram after the Shodha. Shastra has divided Pariharya Vishay into Aharaj and Viharaj based on Purukar and Pradhankar. What are the various Pariharya Vishay that have been advised in reference to Purukar? First, in Snehipan or Snehan Karma, Acharyas have advised use of Drav, Ushna, Anabhishandhi, not Atisnigdha, Asankirna Bhujan, which is Agnivardhak in nature to be used. After Snepan, Ushnodak is advised as it helps in proper digestion of sneh. After the sneh is digested, Ushna Yababu, Sugandhi Sneh Rahit Yush, Mas Ras, or Alpagrit Yukt Vilepi can be given as Pathe, as it helps to avoid the various complications that may arise in Snepan like Brahm, Krishna, Alasya, etc. In Bihar, Brahmacharya, Shapashay, Shayanasana, and Apravatsthan are the Patya Vihar to be followed as they help in maintaining the balance of three dosh. Similarly, Veg Vidharan, Vegodhiran, Vyayam, Uchchavachan, Him and Atap Sevan, Krodh and Shok should be avoided during Snepan as they can cause a lot of complications. During Svetan, the Pratyaya Ahar includes Anavishandi and Ushna Bhojan, along with all the Pathe which have been told in Snehan. Apart from this, in Bihar, शनैः शनैः मर्दन, उष्ण जल स्नान, covering the body with cloths, and staying in Nivat Sthan to prevent any kind of Prabhat Sevan are advisable as they help in preventing any complications from swimming. Similarly, any kind of Vyayam should be avoided during the length of the Swedankar. A separate set of Parihari Vishay have been described for every Pradhanakal. For example, before Vaman, Kaputkleshak Ahar, such as Mas or Masras of Brahmya, Anu, Avada Pashu, Pakshi, along with Kshiv Dadi, Mas, Mash, and Til can be given for proper Utklesha, Kapadosh. For proper Virechan, Lagu Bhojan, Amlafal Ras, Snigdha, Drav, and Ushnahar, or Jangal Pakshi Pashu Masaras can be given as Pathe. They help in alleviating Pitta dosh and achieving the Gat Avastha of Kapha dosh. Bahi Snehan and Swedan are to be done before both the treatments for proper movement of the doshas from Shaka to Coast. And after completion of this process, Sansarjan Kram according to level of Shuddhi should be given.
During Basti Karm, Pathe is based on the dominant dosh. That is, Masras is advisable as a Pathe in Vatash disorders, and Kshir in Pittash disorders, and in Kafash disorders, use is advisable. Before administration of Anuvasan Basti, Lagu Ahar should be taken according to the dosh. If Basti is administered on empty stomach, the Snehi might travel upwards and cause complications. In Nasya Karma, Ushna Ahar and Vihar are advisable, which help in controlling both Vat as well as Kaph. In Urdu Jatrugat Vikar, both Kaph and Vat are to be tackled simultaneously, and it is advocated to avoid Shirhasnan. After Raktamokshan, food and drinks which are neither Ati Ushna or Ati Sheet are Laghu and Deepan and Pachan in nature should be recommended. It is advisable to avoid exercise, coitus, cold bath, Divaswap, Pravat Sevan, and Ahar Dravya which are Shar, Aml, Katu Rasatmak, as well as Shok should be avoided until body gets back to its normal bulk.
Apart from all these, Ashtamahadosha Varti Vishay have been described in the text which are Uchchair Bhasham Ratak Shobham, Ati Chankraman Asana, Ajim Nahir Bhojya, Divaswapna, Samayana. All these 8 categories, that is, speaking too loudly, traveling on a bumpy road or in a path, walking excessively, sitting excessively, taking diet which is not good for health, eating when previous food has not been digested, sleeping in day, and coitus are strictly contraindicated during Pur and Pradhankar as well as during Parihar Kal. Various disorders can arise due to every aspect of these 8 Mahadoshka Varjya Vishay, and separate treatment has been described for each.
With this, we come to conclusion of our today's session. Thank you.